Hello, welcome beautiful, vibrant soul to today's pick a card reading, all about what this 8/8 portal is going to be bringing you. I'm very, very excited. I hope you guys are too. I do want to talk about some collective kind of energy that I'm sort of picking up on and feeling really briefly before we get into the different options today. If you are not interested in really tuning into that, that's cool. You can just head down to your selected option for the timestamps in the description box down below. Oh my gosh. And so as you saw in the thumbnail, but I'll just show you again, we have 3 options to choose from. So option 1 is the solar plexus chakra stone with I do. Option 2 is this throat chakra stone with I speak. And option 3 is this heart chakra stone with I love. So if you don't want to hear collective information, sorry, an itchy nose. If you don't want to hear collective information, that's totally fine. You can skip down to your selected option. But for all those who want to stick around, hello, hi. So for anybody who's unaware, there's a lot of information about the 8/8 portal, the Lion's Gate portal. But brief overview, this is all about the repetitive number 8, right? And 8 is a number of abundance. It's also a number of that kind of infinite source energy. For me, 8 is also a number of our personal power. Of a healthy balance between our relationship to a higher power and our personal power. And I think a lot of us are on the journey throughout this year. Sorry, I can't hear my knuckles crack. Throughout this year in particular, 2023, because 2023 reduces down to a 7. And we also have, pardon my itchy nose, I'm so sorry. We also have Saturn transiting tropical Pisces. And one of the themes that can really talk about is going through cycles to better understand our relationship to our personal power versus our higher power. All of this is coalescing for me with this 8/8 portal to kind of talk about a lot of us are on a journey to understand our personal power in relationship to our higher power, where we fit in this world, and how much agency we have over that kind of interplay. I'm so sorry, I have a really itchy nose. Sorry guys, it's my nose rings. They're just bugging me. So this 8/8 portal can be a really good time to kind of manifest for that. Now, obviously, 8 being a number of abundance, this can be a phenomenal time to manifest abundance for yourself. Keeping in mind, abundance looks all kinds of ways, takes all kinds of forms. It's not only, I'm so sorry, you guys. It's not only material, though it certainly can be, but abundance is, emotional abundance, spiritual abundance, and abundance of peace. So anything that you are looking to create an abundance of in your life, this portal is going to be an excellent opportunity to be doing work around that, whether that's work in releasing blockages and limitations, whether that's work in calling in what it is you're looking for, getting clarity on the vision that you have, or how to move forward toward that vision. This portal is an excellent time to be manifesting all of those things. And this portal is very much also associated with kind of like, I guess I'll say, I want to say like full on, wishes being granted, but something kind of similar. Again, like an abundant blessing, right? You guys, my face is apparently just getting itchy all over the place. Sorry about that. So this is a time to also, as you're calling in more blessings, reflect on what you have with gratitude. This is a time to get new sort of insight, new understanding, to look at something with almost fresh eyes, especially through the eyes of gratitude. Gratitude is our number one way of calling in abundance, because it really shows the universe that we are in a place of energetic harmony with our current reality, with our world around us. And that is a very powerful place to manifest from. And I am kind of feeling, again, some collective energy here. I do want to pull a couple of cards to look into that a little bit more. 7 of Pentacles. So for a lot of us, because I was feeling the sense when I was pulling the cards, and I haven't looked at the cards yet. I like to discover them with you. I was feeling the sense of urgency. Excuse me, this sense of urgency of like, I've got to get going, it's time to get moving. So for a lot of you with the 7 of Pentacles, this is because you've been working toward this for a while, whether consciously or otherwise. You've been moving toward whatever this goal is, and a lot of you are kind of have been waiting, assessing, and either deciding if you want to keep going in the direction you've been going in, or trying to kind of wait for a sign, wait for the energy to be just right. There's something like that. Four of Pentacles reversed. Some of you have been waiting because you're trying to let go of something. Some of you have been waiting for a sign to let go. A sign to let go of, especially a comfort zone. You know, in the traditional version of this card, this person on the Four of Pentacles has a pentacle under each foot. He's got one in his lap and one on his head. But in this one, he's holding on to the three. Some of you have been holding on to some type of situation that you felt like was, you're in alignment or in collaboration with spirit. And there's a sense here of, I almost feel like it hasn't been working. And there's a sense here of wanting to hold on to it because you felt guided to it. And I feel like it's served its purpose. But regardless, this is definitely where some of you need to let go of a comfort zone. Some of you might be being called to let go of a job or a partnership in particular. That has worked very well in the past, or already again served its purpose. I think it's hard to let it go because, you know, the Three of Pentacles can really be, sorry, these stray hairs are just going to drive me nuts. The Three of Pentacles can really be when we're in alignment with someone or something, and it really feels like we're on the same page, right? We're aligned with this person, with this job, with this situation. It's like we're building, and spirit is kind of like supporting this. And so I feel like whatever this was, you've been waiting because wherever you've been or whomever you've been with, this is a comfort zone because it used to work, right? It's not like it's just a, you know, something you're afraid to let go of. It used to work, and now you're being called in a new direction. And for some of you, you've been feeling kind of bored where you're at, and you've been feeling like lackluster is a word coming through, but it's kind of like, well, you know, it's not broken, so I guess I don't need to fix it. Or it's like it hasn't broken down fully, so like maybe I'll just give it more time. There's something where it's like I want to wait for the passion to come back. I want to wait to, you know, give it a fair shake. And that makes sense, but there's something where it's like it's time to let go of this. Whatever this might be. Page of Wands, because it's time for a new journey. It's time for a new adventure. King of Cups. Okay, because you've grown very much so. You have achieved this sense of maturity and emotional stability within yourself. Some of you are being asked to let go of either a fire sign or a water sign. For some of you, this is like you've already matured in one area of life, and now it's time to start something new, right? Because we have a king and a page. You know, this is the beginning and the ending, right? The child and the fully matured individual. But they're of different suits. So it's like you finished this journey, and now it's time to start a new one, full of adventure and creativity and enthusiasm. Because your previous journey was all about you fully emotionally growing and maturing. And with the like little ship, I'm almost getting now it's time to set sail. So a lot of you, you're being set on a new path or a new journey. Yeah, Page of Cups, because I feel like a lot of you, pardon my chinos, a lot of you are on this journey to heal yourself emotionally, to reparent yourself, I'm getting. Some of you have been on a journey of parenthood yourself, and this has been both healing to you, and this has been an opportunity for growth. And for some of you, your kids might be, might be leaving, might be moving away now. And you're starting this new adventure, right? But regardless of how this manifests, you've finished this, you've completed this, and now is time. Yeah, Five of Swords reversed and the Ten of Wands. I feel like there's a sense here where holding on to this it's really only causing like inner chaos. I feel like it's not anything that's going on in your external life, but it's just like, you know, deep down that it's just not quite right. And there's this back and forth you've been going through within yourself about, you know, do I give it more time? What do I do next? I'm waiting for just the right moment. So a lot of you are getting clarity. A lot of you are getting, Five of Cups here, because there's a sense of like something, it's like, you know, the Three Cups are spilled over. The joy, the fun is kind of gone out of it. And you haven't yet seen what's up ahead, the happiness, the fulfillment that will be available to you. So you're kind of in this middle place, and so you're being asked to prepare yourself, be prepared for the clarity you need, open yourself up to suggestions, to solutions, open yourself up to the knowing that though one door has closed, another is about to open, and one that is very much full of your fulfillment. So I am kind of seeing that here, but that's all I had for a channel kind of collective information. So once again, we have 3 options to choose from. Option 1 with the solar plexus chakra stone. Option 2 with our throat chakra stone. Option 3 with the heart chakra stone. So take your time, meditate, contemplate on the options. When you have selected one, head down to the timestamps in the description box below. You can always pause the video if you need more time. And with that, I'm going to start with group 1. Excuse me. Oh, that's good. Hi, group 1. Okay, so as soon as I was kind of like looking at your stone here, even though this is, you guys chose the solar plexus chakra stone, you might also have a lot of throat chakra stuff going on, because something that popped into my head is, as you can probably tell, I'm recovering from a bout of illness. I had a respiratory bug and I lost my voice effectively for almost 2 weeks. And I was very frustrated with that. And so immediately, as soon as I looked at your stone, when I kind of got that popped into my head, and I was thinking about it, and it was like, you have to lose, like, it was like you had to lose your voice in order to hear yourself. And where we have the solar plexus coming through, and this is all about your personal power, the words here are I do, right? This always has that feeling of like a very firm affirmation, right? I do, want this. I do think that. I do believe this. And because there's that third chakra energy that was coming up, there's a sense here of your personal truth being attached to this. You are going to be getting an opportunity to affirm your personal truth. That's what this 8-8 portal is bringing you. And this doesn't have to be one big opportunity. This could be in many different ways, or, one big way, and then you have like many different smaller ways that you affirm this on a regular basis. But this is what this is offering you, because I feel like you have, again, you have to lose your voice in order to hear yourself. You had to maybe be cut off from other people, cut off from communication, kind of just in hermit mode. There's a sense here where there may have been something where you felt as if your personal agency was stripped away from you. And this had to happen in order for you to have an opportunity to gain clarity on what it is you really do want, what you really do believe, what you will stand for, what you will not stand for. There's a sense here of, again, being able to, speak your truth and to, say it with your full chest and really own it. And this is really important because the journey ahead is going to ask much of you. I'm immediately channeling that. The journey ahead will ask much of you, and this isn't a bad thing. This isn't necessarily challenges after challenges or things that you're ill-equipped for. These are things that you have what it takes, right? Spirit would never send you on a journey that you can't handle. You have what it takes to be able to handle this path ahead. And this is a choice, make no mistake, right? Some of you may have felt pigeonholed in the past, like this is the only way forward. And realistically, it's not. Like, let's say if you wanted to start a business, you might be like, this is the only way forward to starting that business. This is, I'm forced to take this course of action. Realistically, you don't have to start a business, right? But it's like you have a dream, you have a goal. And I think deep down, you can't let it go. You have to go for it. Your soul is asking you for that. And there's a sense here where you may have been held back in some way, shape, or form. And the business is just like an example. That's like off the top of my head. But there's a sense here where you may have been held back from whatever this is you've been wanting, whatever path this is you've been wanting to take, and restricted. And this was in order to help you realize and come to terms with the fact that you do really want this, that it's a firm yes. Again, you are affirming, yes, I do want this. I want to take action toward this, because this path will require you to learn a lot, to do a lot, to bring a lot, right? It's going to ask much of you. So it's really important that you have that strong sense of, yes, I want this. And it's enough to serve as motivation in those moments where you might feel like giving up, in those moments where it might feel strenuous or feel like a burden. So that was the first thing I'm getting. So let's see what you have for your cards. Spiritual career. Okay. Let's talk about starting a business, huh? We'll get to it. You guys are the only group that got 2 of these cards. We have nature. Okay. 74 and 78 showing up. So that would be a 2 and a 6, in case that's important for you. I said with giant eyes. Wow, higher power, card 4. I see where this is going. Night song, hidden talents. Some of you might be seeing a lot of red cardinals lately. I don't know if that's what this looks like, a red cardinal. I'm not super great with birds yet. I'm learning. But that's something I'm getting in addition, is that you might be seeing a lot of red birds in general, cardinals in particular. It's so funny too, we're talking about like, you know, work and career, because this was the card that came out and I was like, oh, we might have some Capricorns here, but we have the goat. The symbolism here is mischief, sexuality, and fertility. And it says the Greek satyr was part goat and part man and represented licentiousness, mischief, and caprice. I might be mispronouncing that, I apologize. The goat was also the symbol of Pan, the woodland god of flocks, fertility, and nature. What? And nature. Pan was a lusty deity whose emblem was the phallus. When hunting was poor or the flocks declined, the Greeks would blame Pan and beat his image with squills, a type of bulbous herb, to release his reproductive energies. Jeez. Pan was thus an early scapegoat. Russian peasant, sorry, I'm having trouble with my eyes today. Like, I keep like crossing my eyes. Russian peasant folklore tells of a similar mischievous forest spirit, the Leshi. Again, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing. It's Leshii, so please feel free to correct me in the comments if I've gotten it wrong. Let me see. Mischievous forest spirit, the Leshi, which had goat hooves and horns, as well as black fur, wings, and a tail. The Greek god Dionysus was also frequently represented by the image of a goat. That actually makes so much sense. Someone with a Dionysian character is considered frenzied, lawless, or possessing orgiastic propensities. You guys are not joking around. Okay. And then final card, positivity, faith, and optimism. And look, there's our lion and a lamb. This is when you're talking about when door opens. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. Dude, what? Okay, right away. Like I was saying, I immediately get devil energy from this card. So some of you, again, with that Capricorn kind of imagery, some of you, this is really about your career, right? Your life purpose, about that hard work. Capricorn rules the 10th house. And this is all about our legacy, right? What we're meant to create in this lifetime. And that's kind of what we're discussing. And I see that as well with hidden talents, right? Whenever a spiritual career comes up, this is, if I could pick it up, this is really where, this is just talking about your, you know, your calling in this lifetime. Some of you, this could literally be a spiritual career. Some of you, this is just the career that you are meant to, the career path you're meant to follow, something that you're meant to be doing. And this is based on your hidden talents. This is based on, some of these might be ancestral talents. Some of these might be talents that, a passed on loved one or an ancestor is helping bring out, because cardinals can kind of talk about passed on loved ones. But you've been on this journey, like I talked about, of, I feel like to a certain extent, restriction. I'm going to clarify this in a minute. For a lot of you, the goat will be the animal that's a symbol to you, like that's a synchronicity for you in this path, right? So like, let's say, you know, you're thinking about giving up. You're thinking about being like, fine, you know, I've been blocked so many times. This isn't for me. The goat will appear in some way, shape, or form to encourage you to keep going, I feel, for many of you. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of downloads, so I'm trying to organize my thoughts while I talk. This will be your symbol to keep going. Some of you were born year of the goat or year of the ram. It's, you know, I've heard it both ways in the Chinese zodiac. But there's a sense here where I feel like you've been on this journey, like I said, of restriction and setback. Some of you, this has also been a journey of cutting out your vices. Again, it's making me think of the devil in the tarot. Cutting out your vices, cutting out toxic or negative influences. We see this here with positivity, faith, and optimism. You've been on a journey. I'm seeing somebody pruning like a plant or a tree. You've been really pruning back what has been distracting you, I feel like, from your true nature. Because you know what's interesting about these? In this deck, as you can see, there are cards with a Merkaba, different colors in the backgrounds, and ones where it's the same. So when it's the same, I take that to mean that your internal frequency is in resonant harmony with your external reality, right? The outside matches what's going on inside. And that's usually a process, right? We make the changes internally first, and we see them start to ripple outward in our external reality. And when they are different colors, this for me kind of means it's still in that process, right? Both of these have purple as the color of the Merkaba, right? Making me think of that third eye, crown chakra energy. And then we have pink and we have green here. Both of these are also heart chakra colors. There is a sense here where I feel like you have felt called towards something. We see this with higher power, right? You have felt called towards something that you know you're supposed to be doing. I almost heard you're supposed to be serving. You have a desire for it. It lives in your heart for a reason. But I think part of what had to happen in order for you to be able to pursue this, there had to first be a journey of you finding your true nature, of you finding the true reality of who you are at the heart and soul. Because that's the person that you know spiritually, deep down, intuitively, you know yourself to be. And that's the person who's ready to pursue this. And we'll talk more about it in a minute. But you had to go on this journey first of pruning back what wasn't you. Pruning back, this means understanding what is programming, what is the trauma, what are the negative influences in your life, what is supporting your authentic self, what is standing in the way of your authentic self. For some of you, this has been a long journey, like 4 years long, like 3-4 years long. It could be even longer, but I'm hearing like 3 years in particular. Sorry, I have such an itchy nose right now. It's driving me bonkers. And this has really been, I feel like, a journey of showing you with hidden talents here. This has been really showing you your strengths, right? Showing you your, pardon me, showing you your, the true nature of who you are. And the skills, talents, strengths, the true character that you possess. And I think this has seemed like one journey on the surface. There's been like, let's say this is you, deciding to get fit, right? This has seemed like just about, making your body, thinner, more toned or stronger, but it's really been about a lot more about you finding some reality of who you are. There's one journey on the surface, and it's the internal reality of this has been really just an opportunity to peel back what's not you, what's not really you. I feel like you've been on not quite a crash course, but a very intensive period of just pulling back. This feels like layers of karmic grime. I don't know how else to put it. What is this? Because this one's getting my attention. Queen of Pentacles. Some of you have been healing motherhood wounds or wounded divine feminine energy. This is something that's been, I'm getting almost this like old, like rotting tree. Because the King and Queen of Pentacles rule the empire. That's the 10 of Pentacles. And 10 of Pentacles for me is something that's, generational patterns, positive or negative. It's your generational inheritance. So some of you have been on this journey of really stripping away a lot of layers of inherited grief. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles reversed and then the 3 of Pentacles. This has been about, I feel like, who and what you align to. This is interesting because the 3 of Pentacles was referenced in the collective information, the collective channeled information, so you might want to go check that out. But there's a sense here of holding on to, I think in the past, you've held on to people, situations, jobs, right? Because, like, there's a sense here, like you've held on to them. Hang on, sorry, I'm trying to channel for you. You've held on to them because they were right for the time. But the reason why they were right for the time is because you were doing a lot of shadow work. And it's time to let these things go, because you are now no longer in a period of, you're now no longer surviving, right? You're able to get to that creation point, right? Because those two rarely ever live in harmony together, right? When we are in survival mode versus creation mode, right? When we are trying to heal versus trying to, build, essentially, if that makes sense. Our karmic path versus our dharmic path. And this is essentially what you're switching out of is your karmic path. So you had this journey of finding your true nature. And there's a sense now where what this 8-8 portal is bringing in is this opportunity to move forward toward your calling, utilizing your hidden talents and your truest self, your truest nature. What this portal is bringing in, very likely we have the key around the third eye. Third eye activation upgrades first and foremost. So Make sure to ground yourself during that time. It's very important as you go through a third eye expansion to also ground your energy and do energy protection and maintenance. An overactive third eye chakra can lead to a lot of anxiety, can even lead to, I wouldn't say like full-blown like delusions, but can kind of lead to that like ungrounded, splintered, I don't know what feels real kind of energy. So ground yourself because that's important. I'm just taking a sip of my water. Drink water, that's important too. There is a sense here where this portal is bringing in activation, insight, especially when it comes to having belief, pardon my itchy nose, belief in yourself, belief in this path. It is also going to be bringing in an opportunity to act. We're going to talk about that first, but first I want to clarify higher power, the insight, the awareness this portal is going to bring in for you. Queen of Wands reversed. For some of you, this is going to be an insight into, it's like this dawning of like, if you have any kind of insecurities or any lacking spots with your confidence, it's going to be like, why am I afraid of that? Why do I think I can't do that? Where did that come from? That's going to be something that this portal brings up for you. Four of Wands reversed, okay. And the Ten of Wands. A lot of you have been missing soul tribe, have been missing, you know, we saw that the Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles reversed. You've been working with karmic people in situations because that's where you needed to be at the time. That's where the growth was. That's where your soul was drawing you to. And there's a sense here where you've really wrapped up some very, very large cycles. And now that you're coming into alignment with your most authentic self, there is a growing awareness and a discomfort and feeling a hunger, like a pit in your stomach kind of a thing, of wanting people on your level to share it with. Pardon my itchy nose. I'm so sorry. Wanting people on your level to share it with, wanting people who are in alignment to share it with. Wanting somewhere to call home. It's like this lacking true support and feeling the heaviness of that, the weight of that. Some of you, where you're living, both the actual, like, you know, your home, as well as maybe the town or where you are, it's going to become very obvious to you that that's not the place for you to be. Some of you have been trying to make things work with your family, and there's just like this recognition of like, I'm never going to get their approval. I'm never going to get this. I'm never going to get that. I'm going to move on. Some of you, you've been doing a lot of healing around family patterns, and there's kind of this awareness of the fact that it has become heavy unnecessarily. And this is in order to encourage you to let that burden go. Yeah, Page of Cups reversed and the Five of Swords reversed. Wherever you're at, wherever you've been at, there's a recognition here of like, this isn't helping me. I'm just going around in circles. I'm just chasing my tail. There's a recognition of needing to make changes because wherever you've been at has been very, very heavy. It hasn't been honoring you. It hasn't been respecting you, something I'm getting. Knight of Swords reversed. It's also not been giving you a realistic picture of yourself and what you're dealing with, right? There might be a lot of gaslighting in this situation. There might be a lot of like a lack of clarity. It hasn't allowed you to have the clarity to move forward. And that's what Spirit is bringing in, is this final understanding of like, I don't belong here, or I need to go find my people. I need to go, some of you, you're getting insight about your hidden talents, and this is going to allow you to move forward and build something really beautiful for yourself. And for many of you, this is multifaceted, right? This has everything to do with getting in touch with your truest nature and coming into alignment with the people and the opportunities and the circumstances that support that, right? And it's like you had to come into alignment with your truest nature so you can then affirm as you move forward on your journey, yes, this is for me. No, this isn't for me. And again, very much own it, right? Say it with your full chest, because the path ahead will ask a lot of you, but it will also offer you a lot. And this is about you being able to feel comfortable and confident in yourself in order to affirm what is for you and what's not for you. Some of you may have really been having your intuition tested and your ability to trust your intuition tested. I am getting that. excuse my burp, Two of Wands reversed. Yeah, so this is always for me about where you already kind of know the path moving forward, and it's just kind of a matter of like acting on it and doing it, right? You guys have kind of known the path for a while, but there have been blockages, both internal and, you know, more abstract versus external and more concrete. The Devil reversed, and there it is. Because this was really meant to show you where your own insecurities and fear was, as well as where it's almost like your fears that are attributed to like your programming, your upbringing, where those were and where those were coming from, so you could gain control over those. You could get awareness. Yep, Moon, subconscious blind spots and your fears. Absolutely. 10 of Cups. Because you've been asking for, your heart has been asking to be happy for a very long time. Some of you, you've been asking to come into alignment with a soulmate. You've been asking for a happy home for a long time. You've been asking for soul tribe. This is where your heart is full and you have people that you love and who love you to share it with. You've just been asking to love and be loved. And this is what you are being led toward. And what this portal is going to be bringing, yeah, the Five of Wands reversed, what this portal is going to be bringing in is an understanding of what is serving you and what is not. This is a power struggle energy upright. This is where you're going to be really getting clear about like, this is not for me. This doesn't love me. This doesn't honor me. This doesn't make me feel good. This isn't aligned with me. Versus, you know, being drawn to that power struggle, because again, you're not in that karmic cycle anymore. You're not in that energy anymore. You wrapped it up. And there's going to be a level to which this portal is bringing in that understanding that the old cycle is done. Because some of you are in this place, you know, we're all going to be in different places. Some of you are in a place where you wrapped up this cycle and you're moving into this new one, but there's still fear that you're repeating the same patterns from before. And the reality is that's just not the case. There's been a fear of moving forward because there's been a fear of, yeah, again, repeating the same mistakes. This portal is bringing in understanding, true understanding, where you know it in the soul, not just intellectually, right? Because we can know something intellectually, but it doesn't make us feel any better. It doesn't make it any easier to act on it. This is where you know in the soul, you feel peace in your soul about what has gone, what has passed, what is no longer. And it doesn't mean you don't feel sad about it sometimes or still experience some kind of echoes of grief, but you're able to make your peace with it. And you're able to believe and trust as you move forward that you can have a new experience. Some of you, your trust in your own intuition is being restored. For some of you, this is around a job. I want to clarify a spiritual career. For some of you, this is again bringing you to your life purpose, and it doesn't even seem related to this other karmic cycle that you've been wrapping up, but everything is energy, everything's interconnected. The Hierophant reversed here. This is about your ability to have stability. 9 of Cups reversed. The High Priestess reversed. Okay. The Page of Swords. Interesting. So again, you're getting insight, deep spiritual insight about what has kept you from going after what you want. Some of you have been asking to find your passions, asking to find your happiness, asking, you know, if you feel blocked toward it, be like, why can't I seem to do this? Why can't I do X, Y, Z? You're getting your answers, right? Page of Swords, there is this curiosity, this desire to understand that is getting answered. Some of you, because you've had this recognition or you're having this recognition, as a result, anything that you are putting out online, anything you're doing digitally is going to start making progress and improving because you now have the awareness that you didn't have before about where your blockages are. And that's what's allowing it to move forward, is because you're now ready to handle that information. Some of you are getting insight about the way you communicate, and that was the missing piece, right? Or the way you make content, especially with the Hierophant reversed at the bottom, having to do with either kind of like following your own path, not, you know, necessarily doing things by the book, or about staying consistent in your efforts, right? Having that consistency. So all in all, you know, what this portal is going to be bringing in for you is a lot of insight, awareness, a lot of peace, and new opportunities as a result that are going to be much more in alignment with you, much more positive, much higher vibrational than what you have experienced up until this point. So I think that's just about everything I have for group 1. Thank you so much for being here. I know it was a little bit long, but hey, you get the messages you get. I'm wishing you guys a safe, happy, healthy portal day. Good luck. Bye. Hi, group 2. I immediately feel like, okay, hello. I'm feeling like even though you guys picked the throat chakra stone, I'm getting a lot of sacral chakra energy here too. There is something here about your creativity. It's very important. It's very exciting. You guys might be getting a burst of energy around the portal. Like, I want to throw my body around, and group 1 was like very complex and kind of serious. This was like an immediate shift. I was like, woo! So you guys might be getting like this huge burst of energy, huge burst of creative energy. I'm seeing a brick wall being like dynamited apart. So like you might, if you've been having creative blocks, that might be finally being solved. But there's a sense here of like, let me at him, let me at him. So that's a lot already right off the bat. But let's see what this portal is bringing you. Oh, you have eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. We have daisies here on the card in case that's important for you. Oh, goodness. Time to go. 45 reduces to a 9. Synchronicity. 87 reduces to, I can do this, a 6. I already know what this one is too. So this is your animal. This is your synchronistic animal, which is the spider. Symbolism is protection, aid, and wisdom. Spiders are found throughout the world and appear in the legends of nearly all peoples. They are frequently depicted as helpers, protectors, and creators. I might be mispronouncing this, so I'm really sorry. The Ojibwa people hang hoops of spider webs over their infants to protect them from harmful influences. If I mispronounced it, please put it in the comments if you know how to pronounce things correctly, and I'm mispronouncing it. It's total accident. But I want to be corrected so I can fix my mistakes. Other Native American peoples, particularly those of the Southwest, associate the spider with a grandmother spirit who lives underground. The spider grandmother is a source of wisdom and a link to the underworld. She rises from her realm to offer advice, particularly before a dangerous or large undertaking. The spider woman in this painting, draped in a thick robe with flowing hair and with a ghostly face, recalls the legends of the ancient grandmother. I'm not surprised you got the spider. This is also highly associated with creativity and divine feminine energy for me. We'll talk about it. Okay, and you have gratitude list. We have a little donkey here and a little lamb in case those are important. Count your blessings and feel gratitude for what you already have. Counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you be centered in your heart instead of fixated on your worries in your mind. What and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. You know what's bonkers? So I had the channeled information in the beginning. If you skipped it, that's fine. You might want to go back though, because there's something in group 1 that I specifically mentioned in channeled info, and I haven't seen the cards. I'd like to discover them with you. And now you guys got another thing that I mentioned in the channeled information, so that's really funny. Which would be the gratitude list. Okay. First of all, you guys might need grounding too. I'm feeling like, woo! Like, I don't know if you can tell, I'm just like wanting to like wave my body all around, and like energy is moving. I feel like you guys are either very high energy or you're having a lot of high energy. For a lot of you, I'm sorry, this is about love. This is about the ability to create the love you want. You guys have been creating. Look at the web that's being woven here. You guys have been creating. And especially with the reference to, living, adjacent to or in the underworld. You have been in this underworld energy of pause, that place outside of time kind of a thing. You may have been creating this while you meditate, creating this in an entranced state. This is very specific. Creating this in the astral. You've been working with somebody here to create the love you desire. And there has been synchronicities on synchronicities about this. We have purple and pink here, right? Your heart has been setting the tone and leading the way toward what you've been asking for. For some of you, this isn't love. This is just about something that you've been really, really wanting for yourself. I'm going to clarify this eternal love card. The star, this has been a wish. This is something that you've been wanting. 9 of Wands reversed, something that you may have given up on. You may have given up that this would ever happen for you. I want to look at this card but not take it. The Queen of Cups, because I think you've had your heart broken before. May have given up on this person in particular. Magician, you've been manifesting this though. You've been manifesting, right? Through the underworld, through the things ending, through things dying and being reborn. You have been manifesting this. What do you have here? The Hermit reversed. Yep, the Two of Cups reversed. Wow, and Judgment. I hate to say it because I don't want to give anyone false hope. You can do with this as you please. For some of you, this is a person coming back from your past, right? This could be somebody that you have past life energy with, and it's like it didn't work out in this past life, and this time is the time to be able to do things different. For some of you with time to go, this is somebody that you love very, very much. And I'm getting like a little choked up here, and somebody who loves you, and it just was not time. And we're almost there, right? She's approaching. This is the last card in this deck. There's the door. This portal, which doorways always represent, is bringing you guys back together or closer together. Because I feel like both of you have been on your own journeys, but one of the things that needed to happen was one or both of you needed to have some time in hermit mode. Needed to get clarity, needed to get away from the noise of the world to be able to hear spirit speak. One of you almost like kind of couldn't believe that they got their wish. And there's a sense here where now that there has been time apart, there has been this wake-up call, and it has been heard and received this time. There's this energy of it couldn't have been anybody else but you. And again, for some of you, this is a person from a past life that it didn't work out that time, and they're coming back now. It's like they've been on their own journey this entire lifetime, and you guys meet in the astral, the heart and soul. They know it's you. They know it couldn't be anybody else. This person has seen things and has done things and has walked this earth. They have seen enough to know that it's you. That's very, very specific, but for some of you, like I said, this is about you really creating the love that you want. This is a new person coming in, somebody you have past life energy with, somebody you have a destiny with. Some of you just don't believe in love anymore because you've been through it, and I get that. But this is saying that it wasn't time, and now it is, right? This portal is bringing you toward what you would have been desiring, and you've been seeing synchronicity after synchronicity of this situation, right? Notice, even if you don't know what they mean yet, notice how again, I'm looking at the web, these things all weave together. Nothing is a coincidence. There's a sense here where even if you haven't met this person yet, the synchronicities have been placed in your life already. So if you're like, oh, I'm noticing I'm seeing this number a lot. I'm noticing I've met, a bunch of people with this birthday recently, or I've met a bunch of people who are this zodiac sign. Those are signs, whether you realize it yet or not. There's a sense here where this person is bringing together all of these little things that caught your eye but didn't quite make sense. Now, for those of you where this is not love, this is something that you've been, again, wishing for, and I feel like you've given up hope. This person's naked. Nakedness always implies vulnerability, and there's a sense here where, there's a sense here where you've had to be very, very vulnerable here and feel like your request was denied, like the universe, like you've made a very vulnerable request of, I just want somebody who's in it the same way I am, somebody who feels the same way I do, somebody who wants that ever after kind of love, who wants to end up 6 feet under with me, your request has been heard and is now being answered. You know, it's again, something with eternal love. This is such a romantic focus. It's the only card in that deck that it has like a romantic focus. So I do tend to read it like that. But this is something you're very, very invested in. The Empress reversed, again, something where you didn't think it was going to happen, because it hasn't in the past. It fell through before. For some of you, this is a deep soul bonded relationship between parent and child. Either, you know, this didn't work out with your parent, or you just never thought you were going to get to be a parent. Some of you are going on your own parenthood journey now. The Moon, more maternal influence here. And there's been a lot of fear about this. There's been a lot of fear. Will I ever really find that, you know, because this is a soul bonded relationship, romantic or otherwise. Will I ever find that person that just gets me? Will I ever have that bond that I've been looking for? Will I ever be able to heal from that? You know, if this is like you had a challenging relationship with a parent, it's like, will I ever be able to be a parent and do a good job? Will I ever be able to move forward from this and overcome this? And this is, you're on your way. This portal is bringing in what it is you've been asking for, because you've been through so much and now you're ready for this. Magician, yeah, you're manifesting what you desire. The Emperor reversed, again, some of you, this is your counterpart. You both weren't ready before and now you are. I feel like with gratitude lists, yes, being in a gratitude practice is only going to help support this. But with gratitude lists, this almost feels like you're going to have a lot to be grateful for. What is gratitude list about? King of Cups. You're going to be very happy. Your heart's going to be very full. This is a soulmate, I'm telling you. The Sun reversed, but it happened differently than you thought. Upright, this is like hell yes. Reverse, this is like hell yes, but. Right? Yes, but might look different than you thought. Yes, but it'll take more time. Yes, but adjustments need to be made. This wasn't never a no. This was just a yes, but. The Hierophant reverse, some of you, this is about getting married. Yes, but it's going to look a little different than you thought. It might not be, you know, a traditional relationship like you had expected, or the traditional trajectory for a relationship. Temperance reverse. There's a need for patience. You've had to be incredibly patient. King of Wands reverse, you may have had to be patient with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have two kings here. This could be a same-sex relationship. There could have been two different egos or wills here. One of you could have been operating more out of the heart space, more out of like their ego or their willpower. And there had to be, you know, we have fire and water showing up in the kings, and then temperance, which is the blending of fire and water. There had to be balance between the two of you. You had to learn how to energetically work together. Whether you've met this person yet or not, this is something that either you've had to work on, either you've met and you had to like work on together, or separate and then come back together, or this is something you two have been working on separately before meeting. Because again, this person feels determined to be like, I am not losing you this time. I am not passing up this opportunity this time. You guys in a past life, if you haven't met this person yet, even if you have, in a past life, it didn't work. That's why this person's like, I'm not losing you. This person's like very determined. Yeah. King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands reversed, and the Three of Wands reversed. There's a sense here where I feel like, again, whether you already have met this person or this is past life energy, somebody could not see, like, hang on, I'm just trying to like zero in on this for you. Somebody may not have been able to see the other person's, you know, spark. They may not have been connecting, because we have a King of Wands showing up over here now. And in the past life that's being referenced, or in the past, this person could have been more of in their King of Pentacles mode. They're focused on the material, not on the spiritual, and that's why you guys didn't align. This could be where one person in this previous situation, past life or otherwise, could have been, it could have been like all a huge focus on their career, on, you know, their stability, and not really so much of like one person, I'm kind of getting like, had to give up on their passions in order to make room for the other one. And it's like there was an imbalance here. And this is something that had to be worked through and had to be healed because you guys had to be on the same page. I want to know a little bit more about this person so you can see if you know this person already or not. Justice reverse. This could be somebody who you thought was a karmic. Somebody who you had a karmic cycle with. Somebody who you agreed to clear out a lot of karma with before you guys could come together harmoniously. This could be somebody you were married to and then you got divorced from. There's something where this almost feels like you got to be fucking shitting me. Pardon me, but that's kind of the energy. If you already know this person, that's going to be the energy of like, you are kidding. I cannot believe that came back together. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It just was not stable, not balanced, not solid. The pieces were there, but you kind of could not find balance in this situation. Queen of Pentacles reversed. Interesting, because there's a sense here that one or both of you needed to work on creating stability in your own lives and being very, very grounded in yourself, so as not to overgive either to another person, to your career. There had to be the sense of taking care of yourself first and having self-respect first and foremost. Three of Pentacles, because that's the only place you can build a healthy partnership from. You know, the Queen of Pentacles really knows how to create stability for herself when she's upright. And this is why her life is very abundant. She's made an abundant life for herself. You know, the queens are always when we master something in our own lives, and the kings are when we kind of then take that and we externalize that, right? We bring that out to other people. There's a sense here where both of you were giving to other things before you gave to yourself. Again, giving to, you know, a career, giving to the other person. You were giving, externalizing that energy before you mastered it in your own lives. You've both been on a journey to learn how to meet yourself, grow your own life with respect, with love, in an abundant direction, in a peaceful direction, in a harmonious way. And that's why you can now have this partnership that you couldn't have previously in this lifetime or in a past life. You've both been on a self-love, self-respect journey, and it takes two whole, healed individuals to create a healthy relationship, and that's why you're ready. But the love was always there. Like, always there. This could have been somebody that you used to work with, potentially somebody you have a child with, because two baby cards just came up for me. Ten of Swords. This is somebody who, if you know this person from this lifetime, this is somebody who there's a very painful ending with, a falling out with. Seven of Pentacles, you invested and then it just did not come to fruition. The rug was pulled out from under you. Seven of Wands reversed. I feel like one or both of you just let this go. You're like, all right, fine, I don't want it anymore. Some time has passed. This person's coming back. And this is because you've been manifesting and creating the love that you desire and you require. So this portal is bringing in an abundance of love, honestly. It's also a return of energy because you've been sinking a lot of energy into this, whether you realized it or not. And this will free up a lot of your energy if you've been feeling extra tired or just like not motivated and there's no, you know, mental or physical health, you know, cause behind that. You're just kind of like, I don't know what it is. I don't have the energy. This is because at a spiritual, energetic level, you've been putting all your energy into this. Again, a lot of this is happening in trance, in meditation, in the astral. So this might not be a conscious thing. But that's what this portal is bringing in for you. That's lovely. There's going to be a lot. But yeah, I'm wishing you guys a safe, happy, healthy portal day. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And I hope I get to read for you again real soon. Take care. Bye. Going how I wanted. I'm making a mess. Oh, that was good. Okay. Hi, group 3. Okay, so immediately I wanted to like, move my back. Whenever I want to like move my back around, for me, this is all about getting a lot more flexible, a lot more flowing with the energy. And I wanted to move a lot for group 2, but I wanted to be like, pew, 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 pew. That energy was insane. So there's a sense here of being in a lot greater like flow and harmony, and like as soon as I did that, my back cracked and it felt really good. I feel like there's something where you guys have run a race and it's kind of like, oh, okay, cool. I can put my feet up. I feel good about that. Things are finally getting back into flow. Things are slowing down. Things are getting more harmonious. You guys chose the heart chakra stone with I love. This feels like you're going to be able to get back to something you love more if you've been going through a really like strenuous period of time or a challenge. This is kind of easing up for you, so I already like that. So let's see what you got. Ghost with regret. Okay. Okay. Are you okay? 46 with domestic harmony. 10 reducing to a 1. You have Imagine, card 20, which is reducing to a 2. Okay, so this is your animal synchronicity here. But this is the eagle. Symbolism is power, creation, illumination, exploration. Almost every culture that has had contact with eagles has imbued them with power and influence. Native American tribes worship the bird as the great spirit, the creator of all things. Eagle legends frequently involve journeys into dangerous or unknown territory. A Northwest Native American myth tells of the eagle setting out with a coyote to the land of the dead to retrieve the spirits of the deceased. Eagle feathers have thus been used as talismans by shamanic healers venturing into the netherworld, and they are given as rewards for individual feats of courage or bravery. Yeah, there's a sense here where, like, I don't know why I'm getting this energy of, like, you've earned your stripes. You know, you've kind of, 5 on the timer. We have a lot of mountains here, so you really overcome some obstacles. You know, you've had to deal with a lot, and it's kind of like, whew, okay. Things are finally going to be relaxing for you as a result of this portal. Sever vows of poverty. Ooh, okay. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. Wow, that's powerful. And declutter. Okay. You'll feel better and more focused if you'll take time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who might need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. Things are going to be clearing up for you big time. A lot of you, and I'm just getting this, a lot of you have been hard at work overcoming barriers to abundance with sever vows of poverty. It says a 5 of Pentacles kind of energy. I want to clarify this actually before I get you into this. Page of Pentacles reverse. You've been healing, I feel like, generational patterns around abundance. Wow. 8 of Wands reversed and the Lovers. There's this sense here where I feel like one of the things you guys have been working through is this idea that you can have financial, material stability or love, but not both. Or you can't, like, if you can either do what you love or you can be materially secure. And this may have been something that's plagued your family for a long time, right? I'm really getting that with domestic harmony. Because, you know, we have blue and green here. And there's a sense of coming into alignment with your heart-centered truth. And we have the number 10. 10s are always about wrapping up a cycle, and they reduce to a 1, indicating a new cycle is then beginning. And, you know, with this all being about domestic harmony, there's a sense here where you're coming into alignment with your heart-centered truth. Again, you're getting back to things you love. You're getting into this, like, very much more comfortable space. And there's a sense here of you've really been working very hard on uncoupling, like separating yourself out from this idea is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, because again, I feel like for a lot of you, this is an idea about your abundance that you can either be secure materially or secure emotionally, right? I can never do what I love and be abundant. If I am materially secure, it will cost me, you know, who or what I love. You've been working on undoing some of these programs, right? Because those programs served as a vow of poverty. I feel like this isn't just this lifetime. This could be part of your family's lineage that you've incarnated into, right? The karma that you've been working through. This could be also part of your personal karma from past lives. Is some of you may have had past lives where you did take like kind of like a vow of poverty, just like a vow to like live in like utter simplicity to the point of having nothing. Because we have ghosts here, and while this does say regret, this for me always talks about things from the past, right? Old things. This is why I feel like for a lot of you, this is something more like a karmic pattern. What is this regret card about? 7 of Cups. Okay. Justice reversed. Some of you made a call in your past that you've been paying for. 3 of Pentacles. This was a decision to align yourself either with a job, with a person, with a source of income. You made a decision in the past, based off the best information you had. I feel like, this can kind of talk about illusions and fantasy. You may have made a decision to align with somebody or something that you were really like expecting or hoping for, best case scenario, right? This can also be kind of an energy of illusion for me. This always reminds me of the 7 of Cups, kind of Neptune vibes. And I feel like it did not go well. And the entire point of that difficult circumstance was to help teach you about, this feels like a Saturn kind of lesson, to help teach you about, maybe like being a little bit more practical, a little more grounded. Pardon my itchy nose. This can also be a lesson in making sure things are like fair or equitable. This can also be where there was illusion around your options because there was a karmic cycle that had to be worked through. So I feel like this ghost and regret is like a regret with, it's something having to do with the past, right? And wishing you could have made a different choice, or looking back at your past and now seeing it more clearly. There could have been this veil of illusion again. So like if you had this subconscious program that you could either be, financially stable or happy, you might be looking back at your past and be like, I was way less happy than I could have been. I made choices that didn't align with me because I thought that I believed at some level I had to choose. And so this portal might be bringing in greater understanding, greater clarity. I feel like this is the group out of all 3. This is especially about your material abundance. Some of you, this has been being worked out through, domestic harmony. You can always just talk about harmony with people you live with. This has been being worked out in your home or in your family. And there's going to finally be, because you've worked through this karmic cycle, there's going to finally be this peace. I feel like you're going to finally experience a peaceful home, a peaceful resting place, right? Domestic harmony always makes you think of your home, but really like the place you go back to, kind of like you can finally relax. There's going to be harmony in that place, a cycle of difficulty, of challenge, of you needing to like take back your personal power, take on a leadership role. That's going to soften significantly because the lesson has been learned. You are now being freed as well from a lot of your programs and your soul contracts that have kept you in a cycle of poverty. 7 of Pentacles, you've been diligently at work and waiting for things to pay off. This is finally happening. So with declutter, I do feel like, this can speak of decluttering, getting rid of old items that you don't need, making literal space. But I also feel like this is decluttering because you're getting rid of these beliefs and these habits that stem from those beliefs that just don't serve you anymore. I want to clarify declutter. The Hermit reversed. I feel like you might also be decluttering some of the relationships in your life, or some of the relationship habits. For some of you, you've been avoiding people for a while because there was a fear that it was just not a good fit for you. And it's like, because the tumultuous energy between the 2 of you has been worked through, you're able to kind of come out of hermit mode. Let's see what else we have. 7 of Wands reversed. I feel like, you can let your guard down. Knight of Pentacles reversed. The Hanged Man. And the King of Swords. Okay, you could be dealing with Pisces, Virgo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Got a lot of people here. There's a sense here where I feel like there is... This declutter is really... I feel like you've been sequestering yourself away trying to deal with some of this stuff, right? Avoiding people, avoiding situations, avoiding temptation. You've been having to like really keep yourself focused, right? I'm seeing like blinders on, hyper focused to try to reach your goal. And that's admirable, right? You are reaching your goal as a result. But this declutter energy is kind of like you're able to sort of surrender that a little bit. You're able to let your guard down. I feel like for some of you, there's been a shift in perspective, I feel like. I don't usually get this with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, but I feel like there's been this recognition of work smarter, not harder kind of an energy, in the sense of like, you know, let's say this was what we were talking about before, that like, let's say the program was, I can either be financially stable or I can be happy. There's a recognition here, like I can work as hard as I want, but if I believe deep down that I have to choose between the two and I have to choose material security, I'll always be unhappy. There's been a shift in perspective, or there will be one that's going to lend a lot of clarity, right? Because I feel like whatever this belief was, it was holding you back from moving forward, right? The Eight of Wands is quick forward movement. It was holding you back from being able to move forward relatively quickly. Some of you have been wanting to change jobs. You've been wanting to take a leap of faith and start a business, expand a business. And there's a sense here of, I feel like anything from your past that has been holding you back, you're letting it go. Any regret over choices in your past, you're letting that go. Because you're going to be really looking to the future and imagining the possibilities. Like the decluttering is you letting go of all of the, you know, like any perception of failure, right? I feel like with the Hermit reverse, this is saying you've already done the introspection, right? This combination for me can kind of be like you're letting go of things that you've invested a lot into and they didn't pan out. There's an understanding of like why things haven't worked, or there's an understanding of, again, the blockages that you have had that have kept you stuck in certain cycles. I hope that makes sense. A lot of you are coming to understand your difficult parts of your journey as something that has helped you reach this point of mastery with the King of Swords. This is somebody who's smart, who's a strategist. You've learned to be very resourceful and very savvy as a result of this. You've learned to see situations clearly. You've learned to hold an equal value and measure a certain element of decorum, diplomacy, while also really holding people accountable for their actions. There's a sense here with that. This is also a really beautiful combination for me of somebody who knows what they want, but can also allow their mind to be changed. This can be a co-creative relationship between you and spirit where, you know, you're neither having to control everything nor completely surrender your power, right? You're in this really beautiful space to manifest. But I feel for many of you, what this portal is bringing in is blockages toward abundance are going to come up for recognition and be released once and for all. A lot of you, your money is going to change significantly in the next year as a result of this portal. Six of Pentacles reversed because it's time for a return of energy in a very positive way. Six of Swords, this is what I mean. This is an inner child healing card for me because you've been doing the healing work. There may have been blockages toward receiving. Because you've been doing the healing work here around programs having to do with giving, receiving, with material abundance, with being appropriately appreciated for your effort. That's why this can come back into balance. We have two cards, the only two cards in the entire deck that have scales, and they're both reversed. And it's interesting because in the traditional deck, in both cards, the scales are even and balanced. In this deck, they're both uneven. This is what's finally coming to a close, is because you're knowing your worth. You're either, you know, you're getting clearer on what you want. You're getting clearer on who or what is in the way. You are seeing your power in a very real way for the first time. But again, there's a lot of clarity around what is available to you. And that's what's going to be different. A lot of you are having these big epiphanies, or these big, like, kind of like ties to poverty consciousness are being cut. I just want to pull these three. Yep, strength. There's that Leo energy, that 8-8 energy. Your tenacity, your determination is going to be paying off. You've really, again, tamed some element of self through a lot of hard work, a lot of effort. 8 of Swords, there's more 8s. And the 3 of Cups. Yeah, this has a lot to do with either who you're aligned with, and the relationships that build you up versus those that tear you down. But this is very likely, and for most of you, really just a cycle where you've been having to undo a lot of programs about your happiness versus your material stability, and understanding the two aren't mutually exclusive, right? It's a balancing act. When one area of your life is going well, the other area of your life improves as well. And I think the way this has been playing out for many of you is when one area went well, you may have subconsciously rejected or self-sabotaged or blocked off the other area. So if you're doing well in your career, you may have cut people out, right? I see this with the Hermit reverse, or just like really like shut people off. If you were doing well interpersonally, you may have really struggled to make progress with your career, struggled to feel grounded in the work you're doing, struggled with your money. And there's a recognition for many of you that the two, like I said, the two are not mutually exclusive and disconnected. The two are interrelated. They both rise and fall together, and that you don't have to shut one off just because you have the other. So this is beautiful. This portal is really bringing you this very significant openness with your energy when it comes to your abundance, and as a result, you're going to be able to very easily pursue what you love, and pursuing what you love will also bring in more abundance reciprocally. So that's quite lovely. So I think that's everything I have for you today, my dears. I'm wishing you a safe, happy, healthy portal day, and I hope I get the chance to read for you again real soon. Take care.